This is Damon Stevens, Fenwell Builders. Today is Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. This is stock market update for trades of the day. And boy, was it a crazy market today. Boy, everybody was waiting for the news about Russia and Ukraine today. And as soon as it did, boy, the market got really volatile. So if you were in the market, hopefully you traded safely today. Hopefully you made some money today because you had some great downside on the open. Great upside on the once the announcement came out, but boy, was I nervous for a while as we were reaching critical support. So let's talk about that and see how that's going to affect us possibly tomorrow. So things to watch out for. There's great opportunities in the market every day. So let's get right into it. So FinViz. So looking at the market, Dow Jones closed down 1.42%, NASDAQ down 1.23%, and S&P 500 down 1.0%. And if you look at the heat map, you see pretty red across the board. So overall, most stocks were down today in the marketplace. You can also see on our scanner here, we really didn't have any that hit. IMPP, we've traded before. OCGN, there's a few of them on there that hit, but just not high enough, especially with the market right now to trade those. So I did not trade any of those today. But we continue to watch for scanners, the scans to see what comes up. Now AMD, that's definitely, look at the volume on that. Definitely AMD was one that was on our list today. Trade a little bit of it, didn't really make a whole lot off of it, but we'll take a look to see. A little disclaimer here, just saying that we're not financial advisors and that your trades are your own. Looking at earnings, I was going to update this chart and I did not. So give me just a second here. Okay, so I updated the chart here. This is a little bit different view, this earning watcher, but shows you somewhere. So this is the earnings for the day. So Home Depot, Mosaic, Macy's, those were cryptos for the day. I mean, not cryptos, but our stocks for the day. And didn't really grab any of these here. Definitely gonna be watching the morning to see if these move. Anything that close, anything in the morning is just harder to trade, especially because the market's moving as well. After hours is usually the best time to grab some of these. You can see Toll Brothers was on the end, good indicator for housing. But I'll be watching the morning to see if any of these kind of pop up and provide any opportunities. Also on Wednesday morning, we have eBay. So I'll be watching eBay, see if that provides anything. Thursday is going to be the big day, really, and it's Etsy. You have Nikola on here. You have Beyond Meat. You have Baba, Alibaba. You have AMT. You have Moderna, MCLH. So a big mix here. So Thursday will probably be the biggest day for trading. Are looking for options to trade here on some of these earnings. So just something to be aware of. Definitely watch the morning for some of these stocks to see if they provide some momentum and some volatility that we can trade. So DWAC. So DWAC hit our radar again. So Trump is releasing out his social media site. Anytime he's talking, it just seems like it creates a little bit of hype here. You can see we had this big spike back here in October when they were really talking about it. And then you see here we had a spike, here again later on in December. We had the spike again here in January. And now this is our spike here in February. So, can we get some more of this, or does it just do the same thing? You notice that you get a spike and a fall off, a little spike and a fall off. And it just seems like that's kind of the trend here. So I'm going to look in the morning. If DWAC is, maybe reaching up towards going, towards this 120 mark where we were before, see if there's a trade here on Digital World Acquisitions. If not, and it just kind of drops off here, probably won't be a trade, but just watching for it. You can see we had one little spike here first thing in the morning, and then another spike in the afternoon. So looking to see if we can get a continuation. So that might be an opportunity. Even with the market as crazy as it was, DWAC was moving along. So the other one that did okay too is Donut, DNUT. This is Krispy Kreme. And so you can see here that it had found support here. It's almost like a double bottom here. Maybe we'll see if it plays out, but you can see that we had a nice little jump up here. Not a whole lot, but if I can get $1 off a stock, that's, to me, that's good, especially these lower price stocks, because you can buy a lot of it. But you can see that we're still below these moving averages. So really looking for a continuation play tomorrow. Really don't want to see it consolidating in here because it could very well be a channel and we could get stuck here. I don't want to get stuck on a stock here. So just looking to see if we can break out of, this 1550 range. And if we can, we got a nice little run up here towards possibly this 1950. So looking for donut to see if it'll give us something. If not, if we get stuck in this channel, it's just going to be really narrow. So just be really careful if you're trying to trade this stock. Qualcomm. So Qualcomm was, kind of trying to find support here to bounce up. It kind of closed flat today. It's kind of right, right in this range here. And I don't know if this is going to become, one of those areas too, where it's, a short range play in a little channel. But we're hoping I can bounce up. If we can get above 168, looking for a run up to the 200. If we can break that, we have resistance at 170, and then we can break out, hopefully, and clear some of this, this gap that we have to fill up here. So looking for Qualcomm to see if this can break out here. I do like that it kind of was able to hold its own through, the volatility today. So we'll see if that can continue. AZN's another one. You can see here we have, not a real clean double bottom. Even this is a short-term double bottom. Not real clean, but you can see that we've come up. We've bounced off twice. We've got to past our resistance lines. There's a gap fill here at 62. So you're looking to break out above 62, 63. If so, move back towards this high at 64, and then hopefully above that. So liking the momentum here that we have. We're above all the moving averages. So looking to see if AZN can give us a play. AVGO, we've been talking about this one. This is at the top of our deviation, our top of our bottom of our Fibonacci's, and it's a consolidation right here. You can see that. And we did bounce off here. We did find support still at the 100, still at the bottom, trying to find some strength to bust above here. If we break below this level, 569, looking to probably come down here towards 530. So that'll be a play on the short side. If we, break out above here and above this resistance here at 615, looking for continuation play. So right now we're kind of range bound for Broadcom. Amazon, AMZN. So you see here, we're just below the VWAP here. We're below all the moving averages. So very weak. We had our support line in here, which it did hold this 290 or basically 3,000. We're right at that level. So this is where a critical support discussion comes into play. So we are at critical support with this huge breakdown candle from before. It kind of led us to this bottom of our trend line. That's where we'd find major support, hopefully down there, but it's a long way down. So if we break this tomorrow morning, this 3,000, and hold a couple candles, below that, I'll be looking for a short, especially if the market's coming down. If we can bounce off this, then we could have a long play. Especially if we can, bounce back above these moving averages, but it has a long road to go. So Amazon is very weak right now. So just be careful if you're trading this one, looking for a break below 3,000 for a short. Google. So Google, you can see here, we talked about this maybe coming in for a double bottom. We have support down around 2,500. It's kind of inching its way down there. It's still working its way. So definitely shorting opportunities here on Google until it can find a way to reverse itself. But right now it is, very bearish. So, very well, we could come down here and make that double bottom. So looking for a downward play on Google. Apple. So Apple, we're kind of pretty volatile today and came down here. Basically, we had this big gap that got left here, but just kind of sitting here flat. We do come down here, can we make a double bottom? It's kind of what we talked about and bounce off that. And that's what we'd look for a play. So we'll see if we come down to this 158 area and find support and bounce off of it. If not, we have the 200 down here at 153. If we break the 200, we got a long way down. So just watching this one, be real careful if you're trading Apple. Boeing, we talked about this as well. We just kind of in this descending channel here. And you can see here that, didn't come quite up to the top here. We're pulling back down. So it's very, very likely that we could come down here, and retest 189 or 183. We're down to the bottom of our trend line. So showing a lot of weakness here, below the moving averages, below VWAP. So looking for Boeing to see if it's going to, find support somewhere down in this area. You can see that we had it here. So that's most likely the area we'd have a bounce, but we'll see. Tesla. So TSLA coming down here. looking for a double bottom here. We're right there. So we got down to the 800. We talked about this last week. If we broke that 900 level, we'd probably most likely come down toward the 800 level. That's where we're at. That's what we hit today. So we're at that level. So if we can get a bounce here, then this could be considered a double bottom here, and you would find support. If we break below like 792, 789, this will be a short, and we could go down to 680 and then 640 and further. So this would be a really bearish momentum play for Tesla. And so, where do we go from here? If we break this critical level, this is another critical area of support, we can have a long way down. If we can get a bounce, we got to get really back, above 928 before I feel comfortable that we're going to build to rally up here towards 960, 980, and then up towards, 1,000 again. So looking for a bounce tomorrow, or possible short here if we get below the critical level here that we're at. NVIDIA kind of in this downward sloping triangle here. We bounced off this, basically our top of our trend line coming down to this lower one around 217. If we break that, 210 is the bottom. So we find support here. And, which direction we break out, we got to watch that. But we have a gap to fill up here so that we could possibly go fill this gap at, 258. Or we could kind of bounce down here until we get tightly consolidated and then break down to the downside. Or, if we can reverse this, pull back up here. And you see here back, we do at 230, 36, we did have a lot of support. We kind of broke that today below this 200, then closed above it. So right at critical support for NVIDIA. So you're hearing a common theme here. It just means that we're at a place where a lot of these stocks go a lot lower if we don't hold these levels. So this will be a true test. Are we in a bear market or headed towards a bear market? Or are we still in a bull market and this was just a very large dip? So that we don't know yet, but we're at levels that are going to tell us real soon. So this is a critical week. Netflix, you see here, it's kind of, banging on the door down at the bottom here. It's on our support line here. We have a gap fill down here as well, around 335. So if we break this level, it's 375 level, looking for a play down to 340. And a bounce possibly. If we get below that, we have a long way down. So I'm looking for a play there or above the 200. If we get back above the 200 at 427.50. So just looking for some direction. But again, Netflix, critical support level. Facebook, critical support level. We talked about this last week, getting down to 200. Well, 200 was on our radar today. We're right. It just barely missed it. We talked about this last week as well. We have all these gaps to fill. Below, clear down 141. So if Facebook continues to show weakness, we could very well come down and fill these gaps, which is very common, and fill those gaps, which means Facebook's come down possibly another $60. So that's a play on the downside. I was hoping to see a bounce here at the 200. We'll see tomorrow if we get one. It's a nice round number. 200s. Facebook's not been down there for a long time, so we're really at a critical spot for Facebook as well to either play down on the downside and fill these gaps or try to bounce here at this 200. So we'll see tomorrow what that brings. And, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our channel, continue to share it with others, and also continue to watch our videos and like us so that we can continue bringing these videos to you. And hopefully these help you plan your day, look for opportunities if you're kind of lost and looking for opportunities, and also to know kind of what the market's doing and what the stocks are doing and how you can take advantage of it. Look at the 10-year yield. You can see here we're at the support level here, this 190. Love it to break down below this. You can see it spiked below it today and then bounce back up. So we're right at support, and I'd love this to come down. So we'll see if we can break it and start to come down lower towards that 50. Be great. Crude oil is consolidating now. Still bullish on it, but it is consolidating and flat right now. So just kind of keep an eye on that. I've seen some great trades in the past here recently. The dollar is flat as well. So, really, looking to see if the dollar can hold down here. If the dollar is kind of weak, it kind of helps stock market kind of, to grow and to go up. So hopefully we can see that a bounce from that. VIX, we talked about this as well last week and this week as we start out the week. Getting above 32 is not good. So for the market, and you see here, we were like 31.98 is kind of where that line is. So we were like right there. So we were at a critical spot where if we broke that, we very well could have broke our major support lines today. So, really is the VIX teasing with us here? It's possible. You see here, that's where we kind of found resistance before in the past. That's where it was today, where our line was, where we were last week. So you can see here, this is, a good resistance line for us. So hopefully it continues to hold. If we break above 32, not good. If we break back below 25 and back in this area, that can help the market to hopefully get a relief rally, which, we're really due for a relief rally. It'd be great to get one, to get a little pop up and kind of move back up to the north side just to show that the bulls are still alive. So we'll see tomorrow morning. Watch that VIX. So important on pre-market and on the market open to see where that VIX is at. SPY, here's your double bottom. Here's your cup, if you want to call it a cup. And if we get a little bit of a handle, we got more downside. If we break this line we're at right now, today, we have support down here on our lower trend line, but we're awfully close to it. At 420, or if we break 420, we're definitely going to be heading towards a bear market. So we're really at critical support right here. If we bounce right here, this can be considered a double bottom, and we could possibly rally back up here towards these highs again and just create this little W. If not, this little double top is going to play out to the downside. So we're right. We have like two patterns right here that we can create, or more if we do a cup and handle. So it's really important that the SPY bounce here, that it finds support here. Definitely gonna be watching turnaround Tuesdays tomorrow. So we'll see if it holds to its name and we get a turnaround here and go north tomorrow. If we do, that'd be great. Nice little, relief rally. Not that I can tell you it's going to go far, but at least give us some relief and some plays tomorrow. A lot more plays because a lot of things will be bouncing with it. So we'll see what tomorrow brings, but we're right at that support line where it's just so important to hold. Triple Qs broke our trend lines for a moment, came down, tagged our lower support line at 334.15. It bounced off that, closed above it, but it's still below all the moving averages. I was really hoping to see it bounce off this double bottom here, kind of ruin the double bottom a little bit. Can we still bounce off here? It's possible and rally off of here, but yeah, I didn't like that it broke that and didn't bounce today. So we'll keep an eye on it, but I'm not as confident in the triple Qs that we're able to get back to bullish again on this yet. Semiconductors, we were looking for a double bottom here as well. It kind of held flat today, so it didn't necessarily create a double bottom. It could make a higher low and still go up, but just kind of watching it. Need to see it kind of get above this 265 level and start to get back up into, our, at least above the lower trend line and the 200. And you see the VWAPs coming down here as well. So all the moving averages are starting to curl down here to try to meet it, but it's got to get some strength and pop up here if we want to, get back into a bullish form, momentum. Dow Jones did the same thing. We're looking for a double bottom here. It went below the double bottom line. And here's our lower trend line down to 331. So the Dow Jones DIA, this ETF has got to get going as well. We need the Dow Jones to bounce here. You can see that it kind of closed the day above our low. It's not a low that we closed on, but let me just put a line in here just so you can see. Right here is the bottom line, and so we're right above that. So do we consolidate in here? It's possible. We need to get back above 340 if we're going to start to rally up here towards that 200 at 345. If we drop back below 335, 331 would be the next level, and below that, is a long way down here that we can be trading. So we'll trade that as we hit it, but really looking for a bounce tomorrow or consolidation on the Dow Jones. IWM, the Russell 2000, this is all small caps. And you see here, we're just kind of bouncing off our lower trend line. So, I'm okay with that as long as it continues to hold. If it breaks that line and closes below it, then I'm going to be nervous. Then we're coming from, this 196 level, possibly back down to 188 or lower. So definitely looking for a bounce here and maintenance of this line. If so, then we got, we have some resistance here at the, 200 level, 208 level. So just be aware of that. Financials, XLF, this is our financials index. So you can see here that the low is 336.42. We haven't come down that low. We're sitting here right on, right below the 100 moving average now. So we're still kind of in the middle. Got to get back above that 100. If not, it's very likely we come down this 200 level down here at the, 37.69. So it's possible we can come down here if we don't get back above there. Look for a downward play on financials. But that also means the market probably is going to come down as well. So just be aware of that. So looking for, a breakout back above 39 and 39.52 and above the moving averages. If not, just look for, support hopefully around 37.59. XLE, so energy, nice big pullback. Energy's been running for us for a while. So, it was due for a pullback here. So, consider, a healthy retracement. It stayed, right close to, our last support line. So hopefully we can bounce off of here and not break down. If we do break down, then we're going down towards the 50 here at, the 63, 64. If we get back above 70, 50, then we can start to work towards highs again, new highs. XLV, so healthcare, this healthcare is flat right on the 50. You can see it's been support for us before. So as long as this continues to hold here, if we can bounce off of here and move north. If we fall below this 127 level, then 118 is on the docket. If we get back above 132, hopefully we start to rally up back towards 141. XLK, so this is technology index. You see here, we got our double bottom right here. And we do have a support down here, 147, 145, but we want to bounce right here and show strength. So if we can bounce off of here, a lot of times, obviously this looks very similar to the SPY. But looking for continuation plane, hopefully a bounce. This is a double bottom that we put in here and not something lower. Bitcoin, boy, we talked about this. It was a tough weekend, right? Nice sell-off, support, trying to rally back up here to the top of this candle here, 39,000 to get back above. So, can we do it? We'll have to wait and see, but Bitcoin is trying the second day up. So it's trying to get back up there, and we have good momentum right now. So if we're trying Bitcoin, just know there's going to be resistance around this 38,825 area. And if we can break that, then you have resistance back at the 20 at 39,540. GALA, so this is one of our Galaxy Entertainment stock cryptos. You see here, we pulled back all the way back down to the bottom of this breakdown candle. So if we break this level, that's 49, 46 level, we could be coming down to 44 next, and then down to our lower trend line at 37. So just watching to see what this does. But if it breaks much lower, this would be possibly time to sit out and wait for it to recover and start to break back above towards these highs, which it did obviously consolidate and failed to break above. CRO, you can see here, downward sloping channel. As long as it doesn't break below, this 3250, we have a chance for it to break up here. So we'll see if it comes down. Maybe it creates a double bottom and breaks out. Maybe it just consolidates and breaks out. We'll take a look and see what happens with it. But CRO still showing weakness, still coming down in this channel as a play. So this is, possible short down to support, and then figure out which directions can go. And as soon as it confirms either break out or break down, then we have some additional trades that we can look at. Again, so continue to subscribe and continue to like our videos. So take a moment, like our videos. That way we can continue bringing this content to you. That's our stocks for our trading tomorrow. and also cryptos. So just trade safely out there, especially this volatility. Today was a really tough trading day. I mean, we had some large swings. So the morning time was pretty okay, pretty smooth. But the afternoon and leading up to, the conversation about Russia really stirred up the pot a little bit. So be careful out there. Talk tomorrow night, see what the opportunities are, see how we traded it in the day, and we'll go from there. Everybody have a great night.